That's right. Sorry about that. I'm like, I already got these, and I've already thrown them out.
Okay. They're
But I
trying
got home too. I get distributing them. I got the same stuff.
I'm already set up.
All right.
because obviously
All right.
I have that wonderful.
Thanks for joining us today.
And
My pleasure. I wanted to give you a forum.
Thank you.
I know you appreciate that.
I do.
Just have a zoning department
We're
anyway.
good? All right, we're gonna get started with the Administration Legal Affairs Committee, Wednesday, February 11th, 2026 at 5 p.m. 2.0 prayer. I'll do that. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to serve the people of Stephenson County. We just ask you to help us walk through these items on the agenda and make the right decision for the county. Just want to say thank you for a beautiful day, Lord. Giving us hope for spring after all. Just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. How about 3.0 approval of agenda?
So move.
I will
In
second.
a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. And 4.0 approval of meeting minutes from January 7th, 2026.
Move approval.
Second.
In a second. We got a routine here. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, approval of claims. Before me, I have a total of $73,823.17. And I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
Okay. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Just real quick. All right, moving on. 6.0 public comment. Is anyone else here? 7.1 county treasurer. Stephanie is not here. She did send out a thing. When was that? The other day.
Monday night?
Monday night, maybe, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's go to 7.2 county clerk.
Thank you, Chairman. Last month has been busy a little bit in our office. Last month I discussed, we had sent out the alphabetical listing for the statement of economic interest where all of the districts have to certify the list we have is accurate or if there's new people on their board. That was due February 1st, and now is the part where we give out the yellow forms with all those individuals. And there's about 650 statement of economic interest forms that go out throughout the county. So there's a lot more than you would imagine. We have to thank all of the taxing districts, all of the commissions and boards. So there's a lot of individuals. Those are not due until May 1st, but they should all be out and dispersed by the end of this week.
Okay.
The levy confirmations have went out to all the taxing districts last week. That just includes all the amounts that they have levied, that they certified to our office. It's a good time where they can look it over before they get their tax comp to see if there was any errors in their levy or the way we had input it into our system. It also shows all the bonds that they have or any of the new bonds that have been filed with our office. That also appears on the levy confirmation. So getting started on the tax extension part on my end. And then election. For election judges, we sent out over 140 confirmation letters to our judges. We received 15 no's back. Good thing about a lot of those no's is they want to stay on and they want to be a judge in November. They're just out of town. So that's good news. We have some very dedicated election judges. We got 40 new voting booths. You can see them if you come down to the early voting room. They came on 4 large pallets in boxes. So someone says there's not any manual work to my job. There's a little bit. Each one of those, they had to be, some of them had to be taken off in order to come through the basement because the pallets were so tall. We had to take them out of all the boxes and then take them up here, and then we had the moving company come pick up 35 of them. So that was a little bit narrow, but definitely worth it to get those 40 voting booths, which were paid with $300. Last month I had talked that I was looking forward to getting the certification from the state. That way I could start the election process with the specimen ballots and all that proofing. The good news was I did get the certification on time, but there was objections pending. Just so there's a lot of behind the scenes that I'd say the public doesn't always see. So I'm going to kind of talk about some of the behind the scenes that went through on my end. Everyone's always anxious to get the specimen ballot. I think I saw maybe one county have a specimen ballot out on January 26th. That was the earliest I saw a specimen ballot, and I could have missed it. I set up early voting on the 26th. That's downstairs, the machines have all the ballots loaded into the system, so if someone comes to vote, it's ready to go. At the end of that week, we had to have the ballots out in the mail to the military voters. So it's a tight time frame there. On January 27th, one day later, the court ordered an updated certification to our office and to everyone in the state of Illinois. So we had to reset the early vote. My specimen ballot was planned to be posted on that day. So I had to update my specimen ballot to remove a candidate for governor. So we had that pending, that had come from the circuit court. Well, that governor candidate then went on to the appellate court with the objection. So February 4th comes along. A lot of clerks and election officials in the state of Illinois are trying to determine whether to start early voting on February 5th. Have your vote by mail ballots go up on February 5th. Many of the election officials did begin early voting on February 5th, including our office. So I believe we definitely made the right decision there. And then on February 6th, the order was granted that that candidate was to be off the ballot. And that we proceeded on February 5th because that was the most up-to-date certification that we had from the State Board of Elections. And I think that follows suit with the majority of the election officials in the state of Illinois. As of today, we have 191 early voters, and we have over 1,400 vote by mail ballots out of the mail. There's 5 districts throughout the county that have questions on the ballot. So that has also increased a little bit of pickup in questions for our office or participation in the primary. Sometimes people don't participate in the primary because they don't want to choose a party. But we are seeing individuals participate because they want to vote for a question or they just want a nonpartisan ballot. Any questions?
Yeah, so those 40 new booths, are those replacements or in addition to what we already have?
In addition to what we have, the ones that we currently had, every election, some break a little through movement. They break a little bit. The new ones we have, so it's 40 voting booths, but one booth is 4 stations. And one of those stations is handicap accessible. In my opinion, they're more sturdy than the old booths.
I ask mainly because I know schools and scout troops and whatnot, they often do like mock elections. And one thing I've been asked personally about is, can we get some of the booths that you use in actual voting? And I know it's kind of a touchy thing. And if any were going to be decommissioned, I was going to say, I know some people, but.
Yeah, but usually if they have to be decommissioned, they're not safe for anyone to use, and we don't lend out the county equipment.
Which
We've been asked.
I totally understand. All right, thank you.
Very good. A lot going on, as always. All right, let's go to 7.3, supervisor of assessments.
So in my office, it is, I'm done with 25. We're into the board review stage. We did have for complaints, we had a few commercial complaints. And with commercial complaints, when you send out the tentative notices, you have to give them 30 days in order to meet with the board of review if they want a hearing. So we're in that 30-day period, so we're just sort of waiting. But so far, we only have 4 hearings that are scheduled, and they're the end of February. So I checked with Stephanie and Jasmine, and I have everything entered, everything whatever. So as soon as the hearings are, it should just take me that afternoon to enter all the data. So my goal is to have everything over in Jasmine's hands by the first part. March 1st is Sunday, so March 2nd. So I'm going to be as early as I possibly can for her to get her things done with voting and up and coming wedding and the whole 9 yards. So then we can keep things on schedule. So I'm just sort of waiting for my time period. So that's what's going on in my office. I like quiet.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go to county administrator.
Thank you. Still daily communications with past due vendors and prioritizing settlements, speaking with them about payment amounts, that sort of thing. I had a conference call last week with the new shredding service company that will be servicing the county. They said they probably will be on site within 2 months. They have some procedures to take care of on their end. We discussed the pickup sites, the individual departmental billing. They were supposed to send me pictures of the receptacles that they use, so that I could discuss it this morning at the department head meeting, but I haven't gotten those pictures yet. We're trying to line up all of that, so more information on that coming. Last GFP meeting was on the 28th. There was a new board president appointed because Josh Elliott's term was completed. And 2 new board members were appointed at that meeting as well. The annual dinner, which a couple of us at this table were at, was on the 5th. The next meeting for that is the 25th this month. Court was today at 1:30 for the nursing center. Got another continuance to March 4th, but they will be entering the summary judgment on that day. So more court coming up on that. Seems like we have had an influx of FOIAs lately. I know Jasmine has spoken to some of her counterparts, and there was an influx from the same person in many different counties. So I had 9 last week in my office and farmed out many of those to other departments as well. So we also had quite a few, and I don't want to take away from Nate's report, but I've had 3 emails trying to, fake emails trying to change direct deposits in the last week. So January 30th, I attended the ribbon cutting out at Colblina for Stephenson that the governor was at. Very nice event put on. They're pretty excited about the new line starting up, and they're going to be manufacturing brie bites. So picture individual, like the Baby Bell, except they're little individual bries. They will be the only one in North America making those and distributing it. And they are sending, I think, 50 employees to France to learn how to do the process. So kind of an exciting thing for everyone out there. They did take us on a short tour of where the brie bites will be made and stuff out there too. So, and they'll be expanding with that too. So. Empower Health, the company that we have a couple things later on in the agenda, but they're the company that does the annual wellness screenings for employees. I had the conference to set up the dates for the screenings, as well as this year we are offering a walking program to get employees moving. So I had a demonstration conference call about how that will be set up, which was distributed to the department heads as well for input. The two wellness screening dates are April 2nd and 9th for the employees. And we're gonna do the walking program the month of April as well. Hopefully the weather will break for us and be good for everyone to get their steps in. February 4th, Mark Bell from IPMG came and met with me. He wanted to discuss, there's a new portal that their company is moving to. It's just how we'll be submitting claims and different things through that. But we went over county's open claims and discussed the NeoGov portal where there's online trainings, and he'll be coming to the department head meeting in April to kind of do a refresher for department heads on that. Yesterday we had Caitlin on site. She was contracted through IPMG to do reappraisals on all of the county-owned buildings and the monument and different things. So she was on site, reached out a couple times with questions and touched base with all of the departments. So that is what I have. Any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Can the county board do the walking program?
You know, I will look into that. Maybe we could have, we decided to do teams by department. So maybe we
The
could
board
have
should have
a
a
county board get to be one of the teams. Yeah.
I just want to point out, I tried to get you all out to the half marathon.
Yeah,
There's a big difference.
Maybe next year,
Marathon.
we could walk in April, that we might be ready for half marathon.
Marathon walking.
Those days are
Yeah. And we did talk, with the department heads to try and get some ideas and brainstorming around motivation for engagement. And of course, ran this through our broker, and she thought it was a good idea too. So
I wouldn't want to lose to the county board.
I kind of like the idea.
That might mean fun.
That might actually be a good motivation.
I had a question on that cold cheese thing. Did they say that was due to the tariff thing at all, or just
No, I
a
think
new business?
they said the technology behind the process is an older technology that they've finally caught up with the equipment, and there's been kind of the demand
I need now.
a need now,
Oh, that's good.
and the stability, the shelf life for them, I believe, is a year, where most free is like 90 days. So
it's a good.
it's a
Okay.
good alternative. She talked about how they would be doing it, production of that throughout the months where they're not heavily producing the shorter lifespan or shelf life. Breed.
Like
I'm just curious.
Yeah. She didn't
I'm
mention
glad it's
tariff,
coming,
but a lot of this will be going back to France too, so.
Yeah, okay, great.
Oh,
All right.
get to look at that.
Food's always good. 7.5, IT manager.
Continuing with the phone installations across the county, tomorrow, we are gonna be doing the probation department. With the courthouse being closed, it was just the easiest way to swap out a lot of phones and not cause disruption. That will have us with everything done except for the health department. They will be our last site to get fully installed, which will probably happen in the next week or two. Working on some grant projects. Chanel the grant wasn't as much as what it's been in the past. It's kind of a lot smaller, so I'm doing some laptop projects and new workstations for a few people. And then on top of that, got a notification last night that there was a vulnerability. The new firewalls we have in place lets everybody know when they have an issue somewhere else. Required an upgrade, and in that upgrade, it broke our current VPN configuration. So I've got 4 offices to reconfigure VPNs on. It took me most of the day today to figure out how to work around and recreate the wheel to have a more secure VPN, because the technology we were using was phased out. So I expected to hear from more people on that. I really didn't, so I'll take that as a blessing. But that'll be my next. I worked on it from home the other night. I'll hopefully by the end of the week have them all back up and going. Once you get one, which we got the one today, I'm trying to figure out how I can export the configuration, so most of the work is done. But other than that, that's pretty much my life right now between the phones and the routers and such. I will be scheduling a recycle day as well, because all the old phones are creating havoc everywhere that they are. So I really don't have a place for 300 phones, so I've kind of got each department hanging on to them until I can get that scheduled. And then I might see if they can come early and just kind of give us one of those boxes that they set up on a pallet, and then we can just start throwing stuff in there until they come back. So that's I'll probably have that next month at some point. Just want the weather to be a little nicer so people ain't having to mess around, and although it hasn't really snowed in a while. So with that, that's pretty much it for now. I know EMA has some projects for me. They're waiting for my slate to clean up a little bit. So that's plenty for now.
All right, thank you. Any questions before we move on? Okay. All right, let's move on here. I was told the AI policy for 8.1 is not quite ready, so we'll just.
No, we, Mark Bell, we referred it to him for an opinion, and he referred us to someone else that we supposedly have an account for. We've been blocked in every avenue of trying to get that opinion, so he went to bat for us, and he's having trouble.
Okay.
So as soon as we hear back or we get some clarification, I will be ready to move forward on that. But unfortunately, it's stuck in another liability.
We'll just leave it on there until we're ready to deal with it.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
Rather do it slow than messy.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's go 9.1. Approval of agreement with DevNet and CAMA and with Edge license maintenance and support.
So Georgia's gave you guys a copy of the contract. It's just a continuation of the contract that we've had for the last, I think Ron set it up in 2011 to 2012. My office uses it for the drawing program and DevNet, and then Stephanie's office and Jasmine's office uses it for text inquiry. So it needed to be approved in January. It came into my email a little later than that, so it didn't get on the agenda for in January, but I talked to her and they continued the service and stuff like that. It's good until 2030, and I knew the increase, they usually increase just with everything going on a little each time, so I did budget for that, so.
Okay. About how much did they increase? A couple, 2%
It-
or something?
Yeah, I don't know if they
Okay.
do a percentage or whatever, but roughly.
All right, but you got it covered in the budget. That's good. Good job. Okay. All right. Any other? Do you have any questions? No. Okay, church mouse over there or something.
Well, I know.
Just teasing you. Okay. Well, it sounds like we need it. So, and we've got it budgeted. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the contract.
Do I have a second? All right. Further conversation, otherwise we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so moved.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's go 9.2, approval of agreement with Empower Health Services for employee wellness screenings.
Yes, so this is, I think, year 4 now, with the wellness screenings. We do an annual agreement with them. There's a slight change in what the Blue Cross Blue Shield plans cover. So there's a minimal increase per participant that the county would be covering. We planned a cushion in the budget for an increase. We also narrowed it down to 2 locations as opposed to the 3 that we did last year. The year before we did 4 locations. We were trying to, get one at remote buildings and things, but I think having the 2 locations and starting at the courthouse an hour before the courthouse opens we'll be able to hit our minimums at the 2 locations, which will decrease the cost of having the 3 sites. Should offset pretty well, so. Mr. Larson has seen the contract.
Very good.
Do we need anything, do we need to do anything with that?
Yeah, I think this is going to go more.
Yeah.
Because it's a contract.
Got it.
So I told them once we have the approval of the board, then we'll send out the advertisement information for our dates and things like that.
All right. I didn't see anything. I was hoping you knew about the whack, but we've got it covered in the budget, so. All right. Well, I guess I'll make a motion to approve it as presented.
And I will second.
Yes, Chairman.
Any incentive to the employees we've done previously?
We had budgeted for similar to what we had done last year.
Okay.
At the department head meeting, I think pretty much everyone said that cash in hand is what would motivate their people to take place. So unless the board feels differently, that was our intent, was to proceed as we had planned.
Then my other question is non-insured individuals such as county board members, can they participate as long as they pay the full cost?
Yes, they can, and once we get the informational flyers, it'll have the costs listed on there. Yep.
Thanks.
Let's send that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
They won't release those till I send back the contracts.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, that's fine.
I have another question.
Mhm.
Last, whenever, we approved on the board for that screening for people who had
RX
cancer
mapper.
or chronic diseases and,
The RX mapper.
yeah. Has that been rolled out yet?
Yes. And I know Carrie will be presenting information on that Friday at finance. It has been rolled out. I think I can get an updated count and let you know. I'm screened. I got the DNA, the kit to submit my DNA, so I have not sent it yet, but I believe there was a pretty good, I want to say 7 or 8 people that had already been screened to the point where they would be sent the kits. So I can a reminder on that. I'll ask for an update.
Because we're gonna have to pay more if there's a lot of people that do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but we have that in the budget.
So they get heads off the future costs, the higher future costs.
Right.
I mean, the goal of all of these things are to try to keep the annual renewals contained, so.
Nope. This was just discussion, sorry.
Okay. Any more discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. All right. Let's do the last one here. 9.3, approval of agreement with Empower Health Services for walking program.
Yes, so the walking program was something that through discussions last year between our insurance broker and the wellness screenings, we discussed movement and getting people moving. Empower Health offers this program. I thought the cost was very reasonable. Ms. McWright thought it was a good idea. What it will be is we'll come up with a theme. They will create a virtual map that as you log your steps, you can track where you're at compared to where your team is compared to others. It is an app you put on your phone, so you don't have to have a tracking device or anything like that. And as long as you carry your phone with you, it will automatically upload your information into the app and into the walking program. So the little demonstration video looked really cool. There was a lot of discussion about incentives for involvement with that. Obviously, we talked about like 1 and 2 people departments, how they compete against, departments like the highway department that has how many people out there. So they talked about how you do like averages. And we talked about, some people that may feel beaten before they actually start the program. Maybe doing like an individual prize and then like a team prize, but also doing all participants that didn't win either the team or the individual, like a random drawing or something.
There you go.
That way, people that may think, I don't have a chance anyway, like, why do it? I don't know. So we're open to ideas, but that was what we had discussed this morning. So.
I would think for a prize for that, like $100 gift card to Brown Shoes to buy new tennis shoes.
Ah,
She was asking for
I
ideas.
was asking for ideas this morning. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, because of course, our office, we came up with, different things, and we were talking about how, if you already feel discouraged, how can we get you to buy in? And it's like, well, as long as you did it and met your goals, then randomly draw for like a big prize or bigger or something. But that's a great idea for.
Everyone loves new shoes.
Absolutely.
But the consensus there was cash or gift cards is probably the best motivator. So.
I like the shoe idea.
Support local.
So it's $700 for the plan to do everybody, so that's reasonable. Right. Anybody want to make a motion?
Second.
Second here. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay, how about 10.0? Any comments from the committee members? Good to go. How about 11.0? Adjournment.
I make a motion to
You do?
adjourn, yeah.
And I will, you can second it. Adam seconds it.
Adam's-
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Larry, I will not be here next month. So we have to make sure.